That's a crazy Kroos stat. I mean, the amount of times he was on the ball, it was absolutely crazy. Like everything runs through him. So at halftime, he had 79 touches, and then by the end of 147. That's a lot. That's a lot. Extremely high usage on the ball. The next closest was Rudiger with 105 touches. Like, and then it's just not even close. Like everything runs through him, and and he's the one who's playing the full 90. Nagelsmann made all 5 of his subs. He brought on Sane, Chan, uh, Furyk, Fulkrug, and Undav, and Kroos stayed on the whole time. Ahead of Musiala, Endrick, Wirtz, Gundogan, Kai Havertz. And, like, I think he's integral to what Nagelsmann is trying to do. And
it's also his last minute. No point sitting him for 15 minutes anymore. Like, no need.
No, there's nothing to save him for. No, that's right. Do you guys ever forget that he's not our player anymore?
No, the final, every moment, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that whole final was like, it's the weirdest final. Just watching him keep the ball in the final was so fucking weird. Like, god damn it, why are you leaving? And it was ridiculous. Like, it was just so weird. I'm like not ready to not get used to it. So no, that I remember very well, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has hit even now when I'm sorry, even now when Kroos plays a switch to Kimmich, I'm like, you could have just played that to Carvajal next season. Like, what are you doing? It's so every time someone brings this up, it's like it's so early for you to go, and you're still going at at this level, and it just blows my mind. And also a weird stat. He only had 2 completed long balls out of 3 today. He didn't really attempt that many. I think in the last game he had 9 out of 9. This time Rudiger had 4 out of 7. From what I know, anyway. He didn't have to do a lot, which I think shows how wide sort of Hungary were playing. They had to play narrow a little bit. Musiala and Wirtz both had to come into the midfield to get the ball from Kroos or Endrick or whoever. It was just a different type of performance in terms of a few things, but a lot of the same things, obviously from Germany. I do think they will be a little bit more conservative if they face, a player like Mbappe who can just waltz into their final third in a blink of an eye.
Yeah,
I think there are just games where Kroos doesn't need to ping those long balls. Today was one of them, and I think that's also a testament to how many players Germany have between the lines. Like, there were moments where Hungary were in a deep bank of 5 and 4, and there was a German player occupying every single channel. Between Wirtz, Musiala was great. Like, I loved his line breaking today, and he worked hard defensively. But Kroos could look up and just ping a pass to one of those guys easily. It's just so dynamic. Like, this team does not leave you hanging. There's always outlets. And back to Kroos for a second. One thing that we didn't mention is that his defense looked great again today. Pressing was good. Ball retention in midfield was really good. And just had some like really cool moments. Like, there was this one where Germany were escaping a press and they get it in the 37th minute, and it comes to Kroos, and Kroos just flicks it over the head of one of the Hungarian defenders to Wirtz. Just like little things in tight spaces like that he can do so quickly with like 1 or 2 touches that are really, if you deep it and you zoom out, like, it's really impressive. But with him, it's effortless, and you just don't even notice it anymore. He's kind of desensitized us to his technical ability, I think.
Well, also, they play more positional than Real Madrid, like a lot more. Nagelsmann, he unlocks his players, but it's a lot more fixed positioning. Like at Real, we don't send both fullbacks that high and wide. He did to pin the wide players to create all that space for Musiala, Wirtz, Havertz between the lines, and Gundogan, where all 4 of those would exchange spaces. But I think that was very much by design from Nagelsmann to just kind of keep them wide so you can access these guys. And I think that was, some people are criticizing it, saying like, let them play like more loose. Don't like make Kroos, like, I know it doesn't look like forcing, but there were times when maybe you could argue like, if they weren't coached in that way to get players between the lines, they might do something different, maybe more unpredictable. But that's just nitpicking. I think it's good enough for international football, offensively at least, and it worked. I mean, I don't think it's like nitpicking because most international coaches are just doo-doo birds when it comes to offensive coaching. Like they don't do anything. They don't coach offense at all, and this is by far. You remember Antonio Conte for Italy in 2016? How much he elevated that team that wasn't that good. They lost on penalties to Germany. Yeah, I remember, and they gave Germany a run for their money, and they didn't even have great players, but Conte just coached them into a few offensive moves, and at international level, that stuff works. And also at Real, we just optimized for Kroos. We optimized for Vinny and Rodrigo so much more, and we just overload the left. Here, they're sending crosses in from out wide, but they're not trying to isolate anyone out wide. That crazy.
But the reason I asked that is because I think heading into the tournament, it seemed a bit of a pipe dream to see Kroos lift the Euros with Germany as his send-off. I was rooting for it, but I didn't know how likely it was. But now that I'm seeing Germany play and seeing how dominant they are and how well they keep possession, how well they create chances, how dynamic and fluid they are, how many just pure talented players they have, like pure talent, and how well coached they are, and they're the host nation, it's becoming actually a real thing to me, which kind of excites me because that's the number one thing I'm rooting for. There's a lot of things I would like to see. I would like to see Modric win with Croatia, but I don't think that's happening. I would like to see, our French quartet of Real Madrid players win it. That's obviously still on the table. I'd like to see Cristiano win it one last time. But Germany has become like a real contender for me, and that's kind of exciting because I'm definitely rooting for that. Just for Kroos legacy reasons, I'd love to see it.